Hey everybody, welcome back to episode number 17 of my new Adobe Illustrator CC 2014 series. In today's episode, I'm going to be going over the Magic Wand tool, but before I get into that, a lot of people are familiar with the Magic Wand tool when it comes to Photoshop. Now, through my experiences over time, I have encountered many graphic designers who got their start in Photoshop, just like myself. Because, once you start to play around with Photoshop and you see all the cool things that can be done, that kind of is a gateway for many people into graphic design and then layout design and ultimately stuff in Adobe Illustrator, which is what I'm teaching you. Now, we're all used to the Magic Wand tool in Adobe Photoshop, and in essence, it is the same tool. It does the same thing. They wouldn't call it the Magic Wand tool if it didn't do something very similar to the Magic Wand tool in Photoshop. But because Illustrator is a vector-based program and Photoshop is a raster-based pixel program, you're going to have some differences with this tool. So if you're getting all excited that you're going to be able to select pixels and stuff like that, unfortunately you're not. But get excited because you're going to be able to select all the vectors you want with this Magic Wand tool. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll up here, and I just made like a little bit of an example to kind of go over how this is going to work. On the right, you have this really cool looking owl illustration that I have gotten free off the internet. And these little orbs that I put to the left, and there's a reason why certain ones are different, and I'm going to get into that. But to get to the Magic Wand tool, you're either going to come up here, it's going to be right under the arrow, or you're going to hit Y on your keyboard as a keyboard command shortcut. Now, one other thing I wanted to mention is, yes, the Magic Wand tool, it does a really great amount of things. I would say it does a really big service to you if you're like an illustrator who, and you'll see why in a second. I do a heavy amount of layout design, print, advertising, stuff like that. So I don't use the Magic Wand very often, if not hardly ever, but it's something I did use a long time ago when I was doing illustrative work. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to come back up to the Magic Wand tool, we're going to double click it, and you're going to see some options pop up the board. Now, what you're first going to do is just to experiment with this. We're going to click on Fill Color, and we're going to click on this fill right here. And it's going to show you that 1, 2, 3, and then 4 pieces of this artwork highlight. So we're going to change the fill color to green, and that's what it allows us to do. It allows us to select all the elements that are the same. But you can even go further than the fill color. You can do a stroke color. So now we're going to select this one. It's going to select all the black strokes, although these strokes are larger than the other ones. Same thing with the bottom, all red strokes. You can do stroke weight. So it's going to, okay, so what happened on here is the tolerance is very high. So we're going to lower that tolerance. All right, and we're going to see how it changes. So it selects all the strokes, even the strokes on here because they're very similar. We're going to change that to say green. Excuse me, that's a fill. X for the stroke. I'm going to hit green again. We're going to click off, and you can see everything has turned to green. It's pretty cool. And you can also do opacity. You can come up to the Magic Wand tool again and click, and all these are the same opacity. There's 64%. All these are 25, so they're all going to highlight. So it's pretty cool because now you can basically, like I said, universally select them across the board and do that. Now, what I also want to show you is, obviously there's a blending mode too, and play around with the tolerances. But up here, if you come up to select, okay, excuse me, let me select this element, and now come up to select. Very similar, but a different place to find it, and it's not the actual like shortcut to the Magic Wand tool, but it's asking you to select whatever. So you can select fill color, opacity, stroke color, stroke weight, same stuff. So again, say we do fill color. All the same stuff is going to highlight, just like before. So again, we're going to change it to blue like we did originally, and that's really it. So it's something you have to toy around, play around with. This isn't really, you have to be a long video because it's pretty quick. What this is all about. It's different than Photoshop, again, because you're selecting vector art. If you put an image down on here and you try to select anything with the Magic Wand, it's going to laugh at you. It's not going to do anything. So, thanks for checking out this video tutorial. I hope you learned something. Definitely subscribe to my channel and leave a comment in the comment section. And I'll see you for the next episode of my new graphic design Illustrator series. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.